Well, I wasn't entirely sure we were gonna get a video done this week because it's been very busy, but I think in a few minutes we're gonna head back up to the homestead, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you through where we're at and what we're working on. But first, my son built a raft. They're over there, and we have to make sure it floats in the river. All right, and we're back. We're back on the homestead. The first and the thing I am the most excited about right now, we're gonna walk over to where Jag is because he's finishing up. Okay, we have been having truck issues it's been a while because we've been trying to fix it ourselves. So we did end up taking it into the shop and we were able to pick it up today, but the bed of the truck had still been off from him trying to fix it before. And I thought he was gonna wait for me to get home to put it back on, but he did it all by himself because he's so strong. Hey, husband.
Hey, wife.
You did it.
I did it.
I can't believe you got that on all by yourself.
Yeah.
Do you feel relieved?
Mm-hmm. I was sitting here and I just couldn't wait for you.
Yeah, you just needed it to be done.
I used some boards, just muscled it on there.
Just muscled it on?
Uh-huh.
Amazing. So now we have our big truck back.
Yep.
I use a muzzle.
All the bolts are in, I just need to put the tailgate on.
Strong as a carrot
Cool.
rock.
So now, let me clean the screen. So now we have our big truck back, which is very exciting because this means we can get some bigger water tanks now finally, so we can haul more water at a time and we don't have to go as often. And we can also, if we want to take the camper camping, we can haul that. And there's just a lot we can't do with our smaller truck, even though I'm so glad we have our smaller truck because that meant that we were still able to haul some of our smaller water tanks and all that good stuff. So that's number one that we've been working on. Huge sigh of relief, huge sigh of relief. Now we're walking over to here's the basketball hoop and the mystery pit, which will remain a mystery for now, but as you can see, it's probably about 3 feet deep right now. We're almost done digging it, and then that project will be another video probably. So another exciting thing we've accomplished over here is the trench. So the trench going around our whole garden area. Let me see if I can. So the trench going around our whole garden area that we're gonna put our wall in, and we got the stuff to start building the wall, which is essentially gonna be T-posts, cattle paneling, and some of I think it's called wire mesh, and then we're gonna fill it with rocks so that we have a good wall around the garden because we do have a lot of subterranean critters out here. We have seen deer, we have seen javelina, and we just kind of wanna keep our stuff protected, and we do need to get started on that kind of soon, at least getting the wire up, because I've got some seedlings that need to be transplanted. This is our little in-ground greenhouse. Whoop. So some aren't even coming up yet, but we've got some that are doing pretty good. There's some winter squash, some pumpkins, some peas, some lettuce that's coming up. But because I'm crazy and it's hot out here still, I even have some melon and some tomatoes. I don't know, we're just gonna try because it doesn't freeze for a while still, and gardening out here is just, it's like throw away whatever books you've been reading about gardening anywhere else. It's different here. So we have our wood chipper, and we've been making mulch because we've also, okay, let me collect my thoughts here. So we've been trimming our mesquite trees so that they'll grow up more. And then we've been using our wood chipper to create mulch, so mesquite mulch, so we can use that on top of our garden. And also I'm just gonna put it generally on the ground just because it's a great way to retain moisture. And that's the name of the game out here. It's like make shade, retain moisture, you know, try and keep things as cool as possible. So also today, I've been mixing my soil since I'm getting ready to transplant soon. My soil, oh, here's my scissors. I was looking for these. So the soil that I made is pretty much coconut coir, compost, and some perlite. So the perlite helps to keep air in the soil, the coconut coir helps to retain moisture, and the compost has nutrients. And then these are hugelkultur beds that I've talked about in another video. And so the hugelkultur beds are basically layered with bigger logs at the bottom and then soil or some sort of filler, and then get smaller and smaller. So today I put the nitrogen layer on, which for me is blood meal. I just got some good quality, I hope it's good quality blood meal. And so that went on top, and then we'll do the mix. And then I've got some like plastic lattice I'm gonna put over it for extra shade and for the peas to climb up, and we'll just see how that goes. So I'm gonna try and get these planted soon. And in the spirit of experimentation, I might also add some soil here underneath the mesquite tree. So I'll like rake back the mulch, put the soil, put the mulch back on top after planting some seedlings, just to see how those do, because we're just seeing what works out here. That's how we roll. And then I've got 3 other raised beds. So we'll probably start the wall over here, or at least start filling it up with rocks. You can see we've been harvesting rocks as we dig, because we want to use our rocks, because that's a resource that we have free on our land. So we'll start putting the rocks in here to give these ones shade, and of course their 4th wall. So that's good there. And the next thing we're working on, this is going to be our chicken coop. Rebel, get out of the compost, dude. So this is going to be our chicken coop. We do have our compost here. We had some wood blocking it so animals wouldn't get in, but we're making it part of the chicken coop so the chickens can scratch at the compost, and we'll kind of rotate the compost out over time. So here's Jag got the frame up and it's leveled, and then we've got more supplies for the coop here. And this is the mesh I was talking about here. So it's kind of a smaller mesh but stronger than chicken wire. So that'll go up around the coop also. Here's our laundry, which is always ongoing. And we did a whole video about this, but our composting toilet's up there. It is up there because the gray water waters the mesquite trees on our hill, which will eventually be nurse trees for other trees, and this will be our food forest up here. And we've been doing just berms and basins around the mesquite up there to help retain water also. And trying to think what else we've been doing. I mean, that's kind of a lot already. And we go slow because we're also homeschooling, and you know, it's still hot in the afternoons out here. It's still been getting up to triple digits. So a lot of times in the afternoon, we're not out working. We're, down at the river, go to the library, do learning time for homeschool, cook, all that stuff. So mornings and evenings are when we do most of our outside work. And speaking of the chicken coop, once that's done, we'll obviously be getting chickens. It's kind of, whoa, the wind's coming up. It's kind of fun living in a rural area because you start talking about the different animals you want and everyone starts offering them to you. So I don't think we'll have trouble finding chickens. And I think our next animals after that, well, I'm really interested in a milk goat, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So that's the long and short of it. Kind of a short video today, but I just wanted to show you guys where we were at with the projects. And we've got a million things going, but life is good. So we'll see you next week.